All that.
Set to go, Young Wei Koo ready to do the honors. And off we go from Seattle. This will be fielded inside the 5. He takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Well, you know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance. They start on the ground with McCaffrey.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. McCaffrey running up the middle, and he's going to get this one down to the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 40-yard line. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They'll give it up to McCaffrey, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And Lance now to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey, and he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Well, this offense, Charles, well, we've talked about how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 and a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some of the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, but something like 4 of the last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something, and that's what happens when you have...
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sat back at the 38. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Right side, and he finds Gray. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. So first and goal from the 9-yard line. Here's Lance. And he's got it. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Niners will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script.
The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. Here's Koo to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Singletary to get the drive started. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Second and 5. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Back to throw. Open man. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. Fielded just inside the 20. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Trey Lance and the Niners back onto the field. He was 4-4 on that opening drive, including the touchdown pass, as he'll try again here to duplicate that success, starting with a first down. Play action. Now it's Lance. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now a play fake. Lance. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
But they went for the big play there. That drop could really hurt their momentum.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Off of play action, here's Lance. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On play action, Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. Lance and Kittle in sync for the 49er first. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. They'll run with McCaffrey. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fast.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is...
So that challenge, a successful one. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Finding Lockett for the catch here on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And they approach this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. The incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Mike McGlinchey, the Notre Dame man, guilty on that one. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Lance looking to throw it. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. John Ross in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. So, well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that number 1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it. It's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that number 1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. And I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, you're the ones to deal with.
And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. The defense understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Throwing on first down is Lance. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Lance looks to throw again. Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on the receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line. On first down, Lance. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. That's complete, left side to Gray. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got an open man, it's McLeod. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lance. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. Touchdown. John Ross, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Niners have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end fan. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Slow check. Opposite. Green. Quick. Yellow.
A handoff on the option to Singletary. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there's a 49er who's in some discomfort. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And the bring him down. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So back now in Seattle, Washington. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. That would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. Well, being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
Oh, he's got a little... There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers.
Christian McCaffrey
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Niners add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Well, Christian McCaffrey is as tough to bring down as they come at the running back position, and he proved it right there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Niners are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. To throw again on 2nd down.
Lance. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
That's caught inside the 20.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle. You put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he bats Bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. This is the tight end fan. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Quick hitter here, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lance. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Here's Lance. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Field goal coming from Younghoe Koo.
From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. He'll look to throw. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw here. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down. And they may be going backward here.
What's the deal, y'all?
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. This will be caught. It's Samuel.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Come on, set. Black ultra.
On play action, Lance. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance.
And And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now Lance.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
Now, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles.